What is up, my friends and family? Today I just wanted to bring you a couple words of encouragement. This morning I woke up and for the last couple of days I could feel this little bit of a bump coming up. I could feel it kind of rising, and then this morning it was like full-fledged out. And you can see it, right? It's right here. I'll give you a little closer of a look, but it is big, right? It's one of those big, white-headed, cystic type ones, and these are the ones that you honestly, you probably know this if you've dealt with acne for a while in your life. You shouldn't pinch those out and squeeze them out, because when you do, every single time, it gets worse. The next day it's way worse, then it's also red and it's also expanding because you just put all the pressure on and stuff. So you're not supposed to push them out, right? But you do have to go live your life, right? And you got a big old white one on your head. The point of this video is I just want to let you guys know that I realize, I mean, I've come from deep cystic acne, and I've also come from being a sort of an awkward, socially awkward fellow, kind of a nervous guy in social situations. I mean, that was many years ago, but I mean, I understand all that stuff. And I remember when I was in high school and I'd wake up with one of these on my head and I'd be like, oh man, I have to go to school in like an hour. This is terrible. And I'd try to come up with so many different things. Sometimes I'd pop them. Sometimes I'd try to even put like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I'd try to put a little bit of like concealer on there, like a little bit of makeup on there. Sometimes I would wear, like a hat or something like that. I was always trying to figure out how to get away from it. But then I realized, now that I've dealt with all this stuff so many times and so long, I don't care. I just don't care. I mean, yes, I would rather not have a big old whitehead on my forehead, but the idea of not living my life the same way that I was planning on living my life just because of something that came up on my face, that's I just hate that idea, and I hate the fact that anybody who has to deal with this type of thing is dealing with that as well. They're limiting their life. The capacity of how much they can live and how much they can experience is being limited by the fact that they're nervous or insecure about their face or whatever it is. If it's acne or if it's obesity, if it's stretch marks, if it's a deformation, if it's anything. I don't know what it could be for you specifically. For me, I've dealt with acne my whole life. It feels like my whole life. It's been about 6 years of this now. But when I went out this morning, we went to Barbell Brigade, which is a very famous gym. There's many serious lifters there. It's a very intimidating culture there, in a good way. Like, it's very serious. Like, everyone knows what they're doing. And I mean, if you want to say it this way, there's famous people that hang out there. So, that could be a nerve-wracking situation. And I'd say about a year ago, I would go into the situation, I'd probably try to be acting like, oh, it's not a big deal. But inside, I'd be like, oh man, I have this zit on my face. Like, I really don't want these people to look at me. Like, oh God, I'm talking to this person, but I can tell that they're looking at my zit. I legitimately I just don't care anymore. I know I keep saying it, but I just want you guys to, I want you to relate and then feel and see that, like, I'm living my life, and this is one of the biggest ones I've had in a long time. I don't remember the last time I had one of these big ones. And I went in there and, I mean, I guess at first I was a little bit like, oh man, I got a big zit. And I was like, you know what though? I'm gonna focus on my workout, which is my passion. My #1 passion in the world is bodybuilding. Also, guys, it is very sweaty. It's really hot, so I'm getting sweaty, so just forgive me a little bit. My #1 passion in the world is bodybuilding and lifting and feeling my body, and working my muscles, and really pushing myself to my physical capacity. And I always say this for people who are dealing with some sort of insecurity. If you focus on a passion, whatever your passion is, if you focus everything on that passion, because that passion is so engaging, it's something you're so passionate about, you're so deeply involved and engaged with, it's gonna be so difficult to worry about the small things. And I know this may seem like a big thing to you, but to me, because I'm so focused on that workout, I'm so focused on making these beautiful YouTube videos for you guys and working with my friends and, living my life to the fullest, this is insignificant. And the reason I say that is, the only reason that a zit would be significant for you is because of the things that people are saying, right? So that's what makes you insecure. It's not necessarily so much the fact that you have a zit, it's that, you think that person is thinking about you. You think that person's whispering about you. You think that person cares and isn't gonna treat you the same way with less respect or whatever. Now though, dude, I go in there and I'm talking to some of the people that I know, like Lou and whatnot, people who I've met before, and I'm just like, who cares, man? I got a big old volcano zit, I don't even care. And then I'd meet new people. I met like 3 or 4 new people in there. I just didn't care, because if you're being you and you're legitimately over the insecurity and you're just looking at people's eyes and talking to them and having a good conversation, the good conversation well outweighs the acne on your face or the stretch marks that you have or whatever issue it is. I'm here to tell you, please guys, just try to focus harder on your passion. I know what I'm saying. It's not a switch. It's not like you're just like, oh, now I'm focusing on my passion. I don't care about my acne. It's definitely a very small step thing where you get more and more comfortable and you get more and more engaged in your passion and a little bit less insecure. My personal opinion is that if you find your passion or multiple passions and you focus on those passions, it will help you leaps and bounds with your security in yourself. Because like I said, all the small problems, all the small things that you're worried about, all the worries and stuff, it's all white noise, literally. It's just back here. And you're up here, you're focusing on this lift needs to get, I need to get this lift, and I need to put this video up, and I need to get this clothing out, and I need to worry about this. And then you're like, oh, Robert thinks that I have, like I'm on steroids because of acne, or you know, that girl thinks that I'm not that cute because of acne. I don't want to hang out with Robert or that girl. I don't want to hang out with them ever. They just pre-screen themselves out of my life because they're the type of person who sees someone's physical traits or just a small portion of their physical being and then judges and brings all this prejudice, and it's just not the right way to judge people based simply off of something that comes up on their face or obesity or any sort of insecurity. I think it's so terrible. And those are people that I don't want in my life, so it's great that they screen themselves out. That's the way I look at it. And it's a kind of a way that, you know, you become comfortable with the fact that some people are a little bit judgmental, and then you're like, you know what? I don't really like those people, so that's fine. You think I look terrible? Awesome. I didn't want to hang out with you. Guys, I just really wanted to put this message out for you because I feel so strongly about becoming passionate about whatever it is that you're passionate about and not worrying about the white noise. And I feel like that's a big way to build confidence in yourself. And I really want you guys to try it. I know it's not easy, like I said earlier, but just try it. Try it. And I thought this was a perfect opportunity to show you guys that I'm doing the same thing. I'm comfortable with my skin. I'm going out there. I'm doing the same things that I was planning on doing yesterday. And I got this big one right here. So, I mean, just look at me. If you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment, let me know what you guys thought, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Also, share this with your friends who have some sort of insecurity. You know, no matter what it is, hopefully this video can help. And I'm sweating really bad, so I'm gonna head back in and take all this gross clothing off. I love you guys. Thanks for checking out the video. Team Beyond the Week, CT.
Lift heavy or die Myron, mother.